I get into my car and I do not worry 1 second that I might have a blowout. And the reason why is because I'm prepared and I actually have a spare tire in my car.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me peace of mind. It's not like I'm sitting there every day paranoid I'm going to get a flat
Right.
tire.
Yeah. Like
I actually know how to fix it and I would know what to
exactly.
do if I got in that situation. It's the same reason why I keep self-defense tools with me, because I actually understand the reality that we live in a broken, fallen world where there are
Yeah.
evil people that want to harm you.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I choose to be prepared with the greatest equalizing tool possible for between a man and a woman. And for me, thank God I live in a state that it's pretty easy to obtain a concealed carry handgun license. And so I keep a firearm with me because I know it's not always the only tool that you use. You obviously don't use it in every situation. You use it in life-threatening situations, but the problem could escalate to that. And while I have other tools also in my toolbox where I could actually defend myself and hopefully never have to pull that firearm, at least you have the firearm if things escalate to a point where you need to use it. And so yes, and that gives me peace of mind. There's a lot of times I'm by myself. I'm going out to garages late at night. I'm walking in the dark. I go running all the time by myself early in the morning, late at night. And so having a tool like that says, you know what, you can actually, I know how to use it. I'm safe with it. I've been trained. And this gives me absolute peace of mind that I don't have to fear for my safety when I go on my normal running routes in the morning or at nighttime.
I mean,
and who can fault me for that?
No one, because we don't have the luxury of walking around with armed security everywhere we go.
No.
Who is watching out for
Alexa hasn't made it there yet. Maybe one day Alexa would afford me the opportunity to do that. But until then, I mean, there's a very small percentage of people in our country who can actually afford that. And I always find it funny that they're kind of the ones that want to take our guns away from us. I'm like, well, but you can say that because you have people that protect you with a firearm.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
they're
very hypocritical. Yeah, exactly. Well, I would say, so guys and gals, if you're tuning in right now, head over to stylemetactical.com. There was nothing. You and I kind of started down this path at about the same time. And I didn't even know that there weren't other stylish people out there doing this. It wasn't until I got on Instagram like 4 years ago and I found your account. And first and foremost, I just thought you had really cool style. And I wanted to follow you because I loved your shoes. I loved your jackets. And then I was like, wait, she also has a really cool gun in this picture. Okay, hold on. I need to find out more about who this girl is, and it wasn't in your face firearms. It was about being prepared. And I loved how the firearm just seamlessly fit into your life like so many other things did. And that was something that I really related to. And I know you've been able to build a really good following with women who kind of feel the same way. Like, you don't portray the firearm in an intimidating way. You do it in a very safe, responsible way to where it shows that this is an option. Not the only option, it's an option.
Right. And and that's really what I wanted, because, we know a lot of women don't want to use a gun. For me, that's where my journey led me. I started out with using pepper sprays and, edged weapons, like a pocket knife, like small little things. But in the end, the more I thought about it, the more it's like, well, these will only help me so much. And what if something greater happens? And, I don't, that I can't predict, but imagine the worst and, well, what's my next option? And that's when, we were having guns as home defense weapons. And I was like, well, now it's time to start taking it seriously and carrying it with me.
Yeah.
And getting my license to carry.
Well, and was there any one particular event that led you to take that next step? Or was it really just kind of thinking through what could happen?
That's a really good question, because I feel like a lot of women think that they think you need to have experienced some type of trauma or violence in your life to go to the extreme of wanting to carry a gun. And for me, it wasn't like that. It was just more of wanting to be able to defend myself.
Be proactive, not reactive.
Exactly. And that's the tool that I use. I don't carry it every single day. There are places I can't carry it, so I like to have options. And
well, you live in a state where you almost have to know exactly which sidewalk you can carry on and what building you need to stay more than 500 feet away from. I mean, it is difficult.
But it's something that I'm willing to deal with. And, people might think that it's too much work to do the research, but I'm willing to do it because that's how I want to defend myself.
Well, and I can totally relate to you on the level of, it didn't take an event for me to want to get my concealed handgun license. It took, I was out training for a marathon, and this is really how the whole notion for Alexo came, is while I was training, I was having to run really early in the morning or really late at night by myself. And we're talking like 10 miles, that's a long time to be out on these back country roads by yourself. And one day I truly started thinking, they started doing a lot of construction. And so I would be the only one out there, and I would see cars that would pass me and they'd slow down or they'd turn back around. And I'm not saying they were turning back around because they were going to assault me, but it got me thinking, if that were to happen, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm going to call the cops if they allow me to keep my phone, which is probably not. I can jump the barbed wire fence. I have like escape routes planned, but in all reality, like, what am I going to do if it's 2 to 3 guys versus me, or even one large man, and I'm not stronger than them and I'm not faster than them? What am I really going to do? And so that got me thinking. And when I got my license to carry, I said, you know what? I actually want to take a little small 380 with me on my runs. There was no place to keep it on my body. And I was like, women need to have more functionality when it comes to their workout clothes. And I was like, lo and behold, big name athletic brands aren't going to put a holster in your pants. My favorite athletic brand was definitely, it was never going to be on their radar to put a self-defense tool in my pants, much less give me pockets to where I could keep my phone and my keys and my credit card, because ultimately at the end of the day, you got to be hands-free to get to that weapon of choice, and that's how I created the idea of Alexo.
I mean, the most of the athletic wear, like maybe even just in the last year before that, like the pocket that they provided was like this big, and you could fit like your keys.
One key, not even your keys, like your one key. And if you could even get your hand back there to zip it and unzip it quick enough, which is really hard, you have to contort yourself to get back there.
Yeah, I was like trying to like clip like these tactical pens to like my sports bra when I would go like running, just like I was just like weighed down and stuff. And like nowadays, like what's the most that they provide is like that side cell phone pocket, but that's still nothing.
Right. I mean, well, that's still not going to be designed for a firearm, I mean, maybe you could clip a blade in there or something like that. But again, they're not tailoring their message to women needing to stay safe when they run. And you look at how many women nowadays are wearing athletic clothes, like 80% of the time. Right. I mean, so if you don't have options to keep your self-defense tools, your best option is going to be your purse. And we all know when seconds matter, like digging around through your purse to find whatever it is you threw in there, whether it is your mace or your blade or whatever, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get to it, when you actually need it.
Purse running, like...
Yeah, exactly. No,
like a Camelback for like some water, but
yeah, I don't. Well, and short of like wearing a fanny pack, which, let's be completely honest, I haven't put one of those on my body since like the 90s. I mean, I still have like my bright green JanSport fanny pack. And it came in handy one time when I went to Six Flags. But other than that, which now I'm like, heck no, I'm just going to wear my Alexo purse pants everywhere. Yeah, I'm not taking the fanny pack free moving forward.
I think that's what's so great is like, people immediately think like with your pants that like just because it has, the option to carry a firearm, like you market that so well that it's about for the tool that you want to carry. It doesn't have to be the firearm. It can be anything. It can be the mace, the pepper blaster, the stun gun, like all those things. But at least you've got something that you can have on your body that allows you to be hands-free and be ready.
I think that's why it was such a natural progression for you and I. I mean, it was like instant friendship when we met on Instagram, and we were like Insta friends. And then we actually met like at SHOT Show, I don't know, like a year later. But we're really trying to push this same message, and we're not the only ones doing it. I love seeing so many women now stepping up and talking about women's empowerment, what that looks like for women, women's confidence. It just so happens that we believe that being prepared is an element of how to be empowered. But at the same time, you and I are both business owners. We're female business owners. There's a lot to our lives that make up who we are. The gun just kind of fits into our lives, and that's what we're trying to highlight on this podcast that we're doing, is really focusing and keying in on the whole lifestyle of this modern day gun owner.
Exactly. Right. Like, it's about promoting the self-reliant lifestyle, and that, everything that we do is about incorporating it into our current lives. We're not sure. There's going to be adjustments that you need to make, especially if you choose to carry a gun, as far as, holsters, clothing, things like that. But it's not going to be, we're promoting that it doesn't need to be so drastic that you have to completely uproot your entire lifestyle to defend yourself. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. And especially, you don't have to completely change what you wear. Right. You do a really good job of throwing your Fendi shoes in there and your Louboutins and saying,
I'm not giving those up.
And your rag and bone jeans. And this is how I wear my Kydex holster and my rag and bone jeans, And I love that, because it's so important, because I think a lot of times the more difficult women make it, they're not going to do it. If there's too many challenges to concealed carry or carrying a defense tool on your body, like, most of the time we're just not going to do it. I found myself doing that. I've gotten lazy. I don't know how many times, especially when I first started this journey. I was like, I can't find a holster that works. If I have this really great, this amazing, like, James Purse white t-shirt dress that's pretty tight and I love it in the summertime, I cannot find a holster for anything that it does not print. Forget the thigh holster, forget a flashbang. I mean, like, it's just not working.
That's a difficult piece of clothing.
Very difficult piece of clothing, but I love it. It's my favorite dress, so that's my option.
But then you have other options.
Well, I mean, I do think, I don't purse carry very often, but if I do, like, I'm very aware of where my firearm is. I have a specific gun that is made for that. I have my hand in a position where I could get to it very quickly if I needed to, so I'm very aware of it, and I don't do it very often, but there's the occasional dress that, is just not going to lend itself to concealed carry very, very well. So,
like, you're willing to take that, to have that as an option, though. And I think, like, women just, want to get into it and quickly just grab the gun, grab a holster, and, like, walk out the door. But you honestly just need to take an hour out of your weekend and just, like, play with your wardrobe, figure out what works. Because what's easy, like, to me, is, like, having, like, go-to outfits, like, that I know that, like, these jeans, this holster, that shirt, that top work together so perfectly. I don't have to think about it. I'm out the door. And then on the weekends, when I'm, like, cleaning out my closet or doing laundry, I can play around with some more options. But, it's like, you want to try to find ways to, like, make it, easy. And, like, take photos of your outfit. Like, I'm not saying, like, put them online, but, like, if I'm trying on an outfit, trying to figure out putting pieces together, I just take a quick photo on my phone. So at least I know for later, I like this together. This worked. And then,
is that how you do it? Is that why you always look, like, so amazing and so put together?
No.
Yes, it is. It totally is. Well, so I have a question for you, because empowerment is, like, I swear, buzzword of 2018. And it means so many things to so many different women. What would be, like, for a woman tuning in today, what would be a couple of things that you would tell them, that how you feel empowered, or what you think they could do to feel empowered?
For me, it goes back to just, like, the mission, why I created Style Me Tactical. I want to inspire you to be self-reliant. I feel empowered because I know that I'm doing things in my life to, be self-reliant. It's giving me confidence, going to the range, practicing combatives, things like that, like doing the things outside, of what you see on the blog, to help build that and keep spreading, like, the message of this, you can be self-reliant, and you don't need to sacrifice your style to do so. Like, that's what makes me feel empowered, is that I'm doing what I need to do.
Well, I think you have a great empowered message as well for women that want to start their own business. I mean, like, you stepped out and started doing Style Me Tactical. I mean, what kind of advice would you give to women that maybe are thinking about doing something but are kind of a little scared to take that first initial step? Because you did it.
I'll just say do it, but have a plan. Like, give it some thought. Like, I gave it some thought to at least, like, put, like, some thoughts down on paper of what you're trying to get out of it, what kind of value you're trying to bring to, the internet. It's full with, so much information. Not all of it's good, but like, what can you provide? And just speak from like your heart and be authentic with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I started writing just about, shooting the gun for the first time, and it sounds dramatic in some of my posts, like, but that's exactly how I felt. And that's what I wanted to be able to portray. And I just think, take the time, plan it out, and just do it, because, just make the time. And if it's something you really and it's something that you've been thinking about a lot, don't let it go. Nurture that idea a little bit, and then
For sure.
try it out. And
well, the ones who actually stick it through and see their plan and execute it through the end, those are the ones that are going to be successful. And maybe if you don't succeed in the initial way that you thought you were going to succeed, at least you can say you were successful in going for something. And then along the way, if you have a little bit of flexibility to go a different direction in case it doesn't succeed the way you thought it would, at least.
Right. That first thing may not be. You might realize something along the way and you're like, I want to make a change, or I want to divert off this path. But at least you're making strides and putting effort into that. I mean, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's 8 hours, early mornings, a lot of time, behind a computer, but you can do it.
If you're doing the things that you're passionate about, then it's never going to seem like work. It's really cool when you actually get to, live your passions and do that for work. I mean, I feel the same way. That's this has not been an easy road for us at all. Like starting Alexo, it's been 2 years in the making, and we're just now to the point where we're starting to see the plan unfold. And we're definitely not there yet. We haven't actually gotten to the end where we say, yes, we have seen it completely succeed. I feel like it's successful just because we were able to launch a company. I think it's successful. The first pair of pants I saw someone buy, I was like, this is amazing. Women in Australia and Canada are wearing my pants. I love it.
Right. I think that was pretty awesome when you posted those photos of women from all over the world.
Oh my gosh.
So I was
literally sitting at dinner. Yeah.
So excited. I can only imagine how you felt.
Like a proud mama. I mean, I was sitting at dinner and I had my eyes were tearing up, and my husband was like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, it's happy tears. I'm just happy. I just love it. This is just more women who are going to be able to live a prepared, self-reliant life, and buying into this idea of women's empowerment, the way that I see it, because there's a lot of women that don't see it the way that I see it. And I'm okay with that. But this is my message, and this is what I want to continue to further. And I know there's a lot of women out there that need it and just need the resources and the education to help them maybe change their mindset a little bit. So I would definitely, we're gonna wrap this up here pretty soon. Thank you all so much for joining. I want everyone to go follow Emily. She has a fantastic blog on www.stylemetactical.com. She has an excellent Instagram account. Her photos alone are amazing and beautiful. She's got awesome style. I mean, if you just need outfit tips, even if you're not into firearms, go and follow along for her, because she truly has an amazing fashion blog. And she's also on on Facebook and on Twitter as well, at Style Me Tactical, right?
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. And then we would love for you guys to join in. Every week we release a new episode of Not Your Average Gun Girls, where we're introducing you to some amazing women in this industry. We even had a man on our podcast, giving us some great. Not going to tell you who yet. But we are giving you a new perspective on what a gun owner looks like, because I'm going to bet it's a little different than what you have traditionally thought a gun owner looks like. But we talk everything from training to lipstick to clothes to hairstyle.
All about guns.
We're
talking about different, situational awareness, different, tools that you can use. It's not all 100% focused on owning a gun. So if you think you have to own a gun or thinking you might own a gun to listen to it, you don't. Come and join us every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. So we do have a website that you can listen to. It's www.notyouraveragegungirls.com. But you can also find us on iTunes. We would absolutely love for you to subscribe to that. And go follow that page as well on Instagram at Not Your Average Gun Girls.
And on Facebook.
Oh, yes. And on Facebook. Because we'll be
page.
doing some Facebook Live. Well, we're going to be doing some Facebook Live stuff with our podcast because we're just having too much fun with our guests right now to just only let it be audio. Like, you need to see our interactions and the people that we have. And got a lot of dynamic people that are coming on our show. And we feel really grateful for that. But, and then also, you know, I would love for you guys to go check out Alexo Athletica. Men, if you're looking for just some great active wear that is also functional for the woman in your life or the daughter in your life who you also want to help them stay nice and safe, you've got options to put your mace, your blade, a taser, a firearm. Got 9 pockets in your leggings. And then we've got some great jacket options as well that will help you keep it nice and concealed. So go and check that out at alexoathletica.com. I'm also on Instagram at @VAmyRobbins is my personal page, and at Alexo Athletica is our Instagram. And then we're also on Facebook as well. Same things. So thank you, Em. I know we just recorded a podcast, but thanks for hanging out with me a little bit longer. What are you guys having for? What are y'all having for dinner tonight?
I'm looking. I can see into our kitchen. We're gonna have, I think, like some pasta and like shrimp dish or something. So we're gonna go get that cooked up for this evening.
I think I'm gonna Uber Eats it tonight.
What do you Uber Eats? Mexican?
Well, I've been no. There's this great place called North Italia that makes an amazing salad. I've been craving a salad. It's just too much work to put this boot on my ankle right now. And hobble around. I don't want to put the boot on my ankles, so we'll just probably Uber Eats.
For like delivery, Uber Eats, everything we can do from our phone now.
Thank God for modern day technology, and it's just amazing.
Of course, because we wouldn't be able to do this.
We wouldn't be able to. I know. Well, we do want all of you to join us. Go follow us on all those accounts. Subscribe to our podcast, and we will see you again soon. Thanks, Em, for coming on. Talk to you soon. Bye.